welcome to JNC Better Living. Today we're going to do a weight workout that is focused on your chest and triceps. We're going to use 10 pounds over here, but feel free to choose any weight that feels about right for your body. Particularly if you are new to weightlifting, then you want to start small. You can also increase the weights as you go forward, but you never want to overdo it. So the first exercise we're going to do is to do a wide gripped chest press using dumbbells. And so I'm laying on a bench, but you could easily just be laying on the floor to do this one. And then you're wanting to put your hands just under the weights at about chest height. And we're just going to press up and then bend the elbows lower down. And we're going to do this 30 times. You can feel free to take a break in between sets of 10 if that feels good to you, or you can just push through all the way. Feel free to pause this video whenever you would like so that you can do it at your own pace. But I'm just going to move forward through 3 sets so that we can move on to the next exercise. Okay, so that's 10. Here we go with set number 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then lower that down. It's always good to take a couple of breaths or even a minute in between exercises to rest your muscles in your body. Feel free to do a little movement, shaking your arms out, maybe twisting yourself side to side. Any kind of active recovery can be helpful in between. The next one we are going to do is a chest fly, and that can be either lying down or you can be seated in a chair, but you're going to have to balance out so that your back is supported and you have room to move your arms. Okay, I'm going to do it laying down on this bench for demonstration purposes. So once again, we're going to do 3 sets of 10. Here we want to start with our arms pressed up from our chest, and then we're going to bend into the elbows as we drop the weights toward the side. You don't want to go any lower than your body or your chest because you'll really hurt your shoulders. And then we're just going to bring them back together, keeping the arms slightly bent as we move through this. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Set number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. And set number 3. We'll count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then we're going to set those weights down. And just a couple of pointers. The first pointer is make sure that you always stay hydrated. So if you're starting to feel dry, make sure that you take a sip of water because that's just going to help you to lubricate your muscles. The second thing is make sure that your form is good and remains consistent the entire time. If you find yourself kind of using one arm more than the other, or if your form is kind of out of whack because you're getting too tired, your muscles are getting too tired, then just take a break and then come back to it, okay? It's better to take pauses and do it correctly than to try to push yourself through it, because then you're, one, not getting much out of it, and two, you could hurt yourself. All right, the next one we're gonna do is a tricep bench press. We're going to use our body weight for this one. Take our hands on the bench. You could also consider using a chair here, or some kind of very sturdy and heavy table. So we're gonna bring our wrists right under our shoulders, and then we're gonna lift up, bend our knees, and walk our legs a little bit forward. Good, and then we're gonna bend into the elbows to use the tricep muscles, and then lift. So just bending the elbows and straightening them for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Second set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and final set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just walk your feet back, find your seat on the chair, shake out those arms, and we'll move on to our next one, which is going to be a overhead tricep extension. So we're going to take the weight behind our head, holding onto it with both hands, and then we're going to bend into the elbows so the weight falls behind our head, and then the movement is we're going to lift it up and lower it down. And we want to try to have our elbows right by our side of our head, pointing up. If they come a little bit forward, that's okay, but try not to bring them too forward, okay? And then just lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Okay, we got 5 more on this first set. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to do 2 more sets, but I'm going to shake out my arms a little bit before I continue. All right, so here we go with set number 2. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and last set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Be careful when you bring that weight down not to hit your head. All right, the next one, we're going to move our bench a little bit up. And we're going to do another incline press. So taking our dumbbells and pressing up just like we did on the first go around, but this time our back is elevated. So you're gonna get into the muscles just a little bit differently, maybe focusing a little bit more on the chest here. So once again, we start with our arms up. Good, and then this time we're gonna turn them so that they are vertical and not horizontal. And then the same thing, lower the elbows, bend into the elbows, and then press. Good, lower and press for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and then Moving on to set number 2. Again, remember you can take breaks at any time. Pause, maybe a couple breaths, or feel free to pause the video and then continue. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and then one more set. And one other thing to note, you might find that as you're moving forward through the exercises, you start to lose maybe energy, or your arms are getting a little tired, in which case you might need more breaks, and that's totally fine. Happening to me right now too. And then last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and then lower the weights down. And we have one final exercise for our triceps today, and that's just going to require using the mat. So we're going to come into a tricep push-up, and for a tricep push-up, this over here, and this out of the way. Okay. We are going to take our hands in kind of a triangle shape so that your index fingers and your thumbs are forming a little bit of a triangle. Now, some people can really make a triangle very nicely here and bring their fingers together. I can't quite do that and get there. So I'm just going to take my hands a little bit further apart, which is easier for me, and it's particularly my hands that, I don't know if it's arthritis or what, but it's my hands that really hurt when I bring them too close. And then you're going to either come up onto your balls of your feet and do them this way, and lower down and then press up, or you have the option to come down onto your knees and lower down and press up. Think about putting your nose right into that triangle that you're creating. And once more, we're going to do 30 of these. So we're going to go down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And one thing I find to be very helpful in between sets is if you come down onto your elbows and walk them out a little bit forward, and then lean into your upper arms, bringing your hands behind your head. Gives you a nice little tricep stretch in between sets. Okay, we've got 2 more sets. And make sure that your elbows are coming a little bit backward, not flailing out to the side is another tip. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, and we'll do that little stretch, bringing the elbows down, taking the hands up and over the head. And final set for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and last time to stretch out those elbows. Good, and that's our chest and tricep workout for today. I hope you enjoyed it.